I don't know. Well, good morning, and welcome to Morning Cuppa. It's great to have your company this morning. It's great to have Moose's company as well. This is a special Christmas Eve version of Morning Cuppa. We're going to be on hiatus during the Christmas holidays, but today is a special Morning Cuppa. I want to read a story to you called Spinner McClock and the Christmas Visit. First I'm going to give Moose over to my daughter Claire, who cut my hair in Morning Cuppa back in April. Thanks, Claire. And this is a book that I wrote many years ago. I think it was published in 2004. And it's a story that's written for children, but really it's for adults. Spinner McClock and the Christmas Visit. And I'm blessed to be able to share it with you this year. Have I ever told you about Spinner McClock, the 12-year-old boy who lives on my block? His life was quite normal. He played and he studied, he rolled in the grass and sometimes got muddied. He was really quite like any boy you might know, until one December, just after a snow. He went to his mailbox as he did every day in hopes that the postman had stopped on his way. Spinner, you see, was a most hopeful boy. He hoped that he'd find in his mailbox a toy. Or maybe his grandma had sent him a card with her peanutty brittle that crunched mighty hard. So happy was Spinner with what he might get that he stood in the snow while his feet got all wet. But today the mail held neither card nor a toy, just a plain little letter addressed simply, Boy. Spinner opened the note, as he was a small boy. And as he started to read it, his heart leapt with joy. "It's a letter from Jesus," he announced to the block. "It's a letter from Jesus to Spinner McClock." He stood in the snow with his feet getting wetter, and he read to the block his heaven-sent letter. "Dear Spinner," he read in a voice less than steady, "I'm coming to see you, so see that you're ready. Jesus is coming to my house. Oh my. If he looks in my room, he'll say it's a sty." Suddenly, Spinner was gripped by his fears. He couldn't be ready in 59 years. There was so much to do, so much to prepare. His shirt needed washing, and so did his hair. He dashed in the house, and he started to clean, and he cleaned like no kid you've ever seen. He cleaned the garage and the living room too, but he wasn't done yet. No, there was still lots to do. Under the fridge, he cleaned out all the dust. I have to be ready for Jesus. I must. He dusted his Bible, put it out on display, so Jesus would see he walked the Lord's way. Then he got to his room. What a terrible mess. Perhaps in a year he could clean it, not less. The floor was a sea of dirty old socks with underwear, checkerboards, papers, and blocks. 2 layers below was an old clip-on tie and half a cheeseburger from the 4th of July. "I've no time to clean this," said a voice in his head. So he shoved the whole lot of it under his bed. And as he was checking his music collection, lest Jesus discover some sinful connection, he heard on the back door a soft knock, knock, knock. "Not now," said the boy named Spinner McClock. "I'll bet that's my neighbor, Melinda McCord. Doesn't she know I'm expecting the Lord?" Though he had much to do, he opened the door. "Hello," said a small girl, who was clearly quite poor. "Look here now," said Spinner. "My poor little dear, I don't know who you are or why you're here, but I've no time to visit. I'm expecting the Lord. Why don't you visit Melinda McCord?" Then he slammed the door shut, just leaving her there. I've no time for strangers. I need to prepare. The table needs setting, and I need a shower, lest my smell should offend the almighty power. At last he was ready by 5:32. He sat and he waited, for you all know who. I hope he appreciates all I've done. I've prepared the Lord's way, though it wasn't much fun. He sat and he waited in his house clean and bright. He sat and he waited all through that night. He waited for days with no sign of the master, and nothing he did would make him come faster, until one day a very sad Spinner McClock went to his mailbox and had a great shock. Another small letter addressed simply, Boy. He opened it slowly with more dread than joy. I'm sorry I missed you, said the note from the Lord. But I shared a nice Christmas with Melinda McCord. I love you, dear Spinner, and I want you to know that preparing the way for me isn't a show. I'll come at the end, and I'll come to you now. If you want to be ready, let me tell you how. Just open the door. If you trust and believe me, I'm here with you now. If you'll only receive me. God bless you all, and I pray that you do have a blessed Christmas and a hope-filled day.